Hello and welcome to Adventure.com. My name's Len Toelke, and today I'm here with Steve Rock, the creator and organizer of the Rally of Abandoned Places in Ontario. And my sister and I did this rally last month, the beginning of February, and it's a kind of a unique winter rally that combines sort of backcountry roads and travel and photography of abandoned places. How you doing, Steve?
I'm good, thanks, Len. How are you?
Good to have you here.
Chilly this morning, buddy.
It's really quite cold. It's a very brisk morning.
It is
The sun
indeed.
is beautiful, but it's got this damp cold to it, so we're just huddling in here right now. Where are we right now?
We're at a top secret location in Simcoe County, and we're actually at the Project Turnaround. It was a correctional centre for troubled teens back in the 90s, only open for a decade, and it's a rather large property, but it hasn't been used for quite some time. What the plans are for it, I've no idea, but it's an interesting place for sure.
Well, it makes a good backdrop for this interview. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you may guess from the accent, originally from England. I've always been into four-wheeling and abandoned places, and I guess from an early age there was a few in the village, a few old where I grew up in England. Actually, there was some old military pillboxes and stuff that were put there around the time of the Second World War, so it was always cool to go in those. And I drive for a living. I drive tractor trailer, so I'm out and about all the time, and I spot these places, and it's all good fun.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about the abandoned rally?
So the idea came about really purely because for the 4x4 guys, there's not a lot to do in the winter.
No. Yeah, we go stir crazy.
Yeah, that's it. We give us trails over to the sleds and everything else, and we just wait for the spring to come. So I thought, people are posting, they're all looking forward to the spring. I thought, what can we do to get them out of the houses? So it's when the idea for this rally came about. I thought, if I give them some clues to some of these places that my daughter and I have found previously, then they can go out, look for them, and whoever finds the most places, I figured I'd put up a case of beer as a prize. But as you know.
Well, that was the next thing I was going to ask is like what you were hoping for initially, and as far as prizes, and I guess you were sort of thinking 10, 15 people showing up.
Yeah, I mean, when we do trail runs in the summer, and we keep it to small groups, and even when you post something on say a Facebook page, you get a lot of interest, but only a few people turn up. And I figured that's what would happen here. But within the first day, there's like 50 people interested, and then it reaches 100, and then by the time I guess I created the event at the end of October. By the time, I suppose, just before Christmas, we were up around 800 people. That was combined, said they were going and said they were interested. So At that time I started to panic.
As I would.
Yeah, I mean, I did think previously when I saw the numbers climbing, I thought, you know what, I mean, I don't want to do this, but then I thought, no, it's too late. I'm in too deep. There's too many people showing an interest. So we stuck with it. And by the time the day of the rally came, and we actually had a 25 person jump in numbers attending the day before and the day of. So our final numbers, we had a total of 1,200 people showed an interest in the event.
Wow.
And out of those 1,200, we had over 200 turn up in 105 vehicles, ranging from little Hyundai compact cars to fully equipped overland rigs, and I was amazed. I really was.
The turnout was phenomenal, and the crowd that it drew were so inclusive. It was really nice to actually see the sort of the Subaru rally people with the overlanders and the off-roaders,
and even the minivan from Ottawa.
Yeah.
It's just
it was really such
people
a good
of
crowd.
all ages, all different types of, I guess, motorsport enthusiasts of one kind or another, because
everybody with cabin fever.
And people with cabin fever, of course. Yeah, it was surprising.
So now you donated the entrance fees.
Not all of it. as I was perfectly upfront from the start that we incurred some costs, and I'm not talking about the costs of finding these locations to begin with, but there were rally stickers and a couple of prizes that I purchased out of my own pocket. I wanted to recoup that money, so I asked for a $5 donation per vehicle, which is dirt cheap, as some people said.
Yeah.
And from that, I was hoping to cover my costs, and if there was anything left over, I'd give it to the Bradford Food Bank, who I contacted because we were doing it at the Bradford Husky, and I figured let's benefit a local charity if we can, with these numbers are increasing. So what actually happened was, not only did I cover my costs, but we gave the Bradford Food Bank $450 in cash. And they had a huge trunk load of food as well, and I
non-perishables that people brought to donate.
I didn't bring it with me today, but I'd got the receipt and the thank you card, which I'd posted online, and it was just, they were really pleased, and they are keen to be involved, so it was great.
Did you manage to score some quite a bit of traffic on the side road here today?
Yeah, edit that out.
I'll try. I don't think I will. But you managed to score some sponsors as well, or prize sponsors.
Yeah, when I saw these numbers begin to climb, I thought a case of beer is not going to cut it, and I'll keep that for myself. So I figured, as we were using the Backroad Map Book, I would contact Backroad Map Books out west and see if they'd be interested in putting up something as a prize. And almost straight away, they jumped on board. I think the rally sold itself, to be honest with you, and just the time of the year that was a crucial factor. But Backroad Map Books were keen, and then I contacted some other sponsors: Just Jeeps, Off-Road Addiction, Four Wheel Drive Magazine, Toronto Towing, NV Euro Motorworks, Deadbolt Decals, all people who are kind of involved to a certain degree with the 4x4 industry, if you like, and they just jumped on board. Like I say, I think the rally sold itself, and we had some fantastic prizes.
Oh, you really did.
GPS maps of Ontario, map books, towing equipment, Smitty built recovery equipment. It was awesome, and I didn't want to give the prizes to just a couple of people, so we made some different awards and some random awards. So out of the 10 prizes, there were, I think, 6 recipients, one of which, sir, is yourself.
Yes.
Perfect timing. Anybody think we planned this? I have here actually, and I nearly forgot to bring it with me this morning, I'll be perfectly honest, the Disorientation Award.
Yes, my sister and I were quite proud of this. I'm not going to lie. We were kind of laughing because, first of all, we were the 13th entry, so we were given the handle of the unfortunate
team unlucky for some.
Unlucky for some. That's it.
And weren't you just?
And it was. I think we spent the day running around with the support crews and just snapping a couple of photos here and there, and due to some technical issues, some of the photos didn't really turn out. I think we were given a massive quantity of 3
yes,
photos.
Three locations he found with a grand total of 170 points, which gets you the Disorientation Award of
wonderful.
Your braided rope compass, whistle that you will not lose, your survival mirror should you get lost, and another rally sticker just so anybody passing can see who you're with, and a free subscription to Canada's 4-Wheel Drive magazine. Congratulations, team unlucky for some.
I'm going to cherish these and probably rub them in my sister's face a little bit as well.
Wonderful.
What were some of the biggest challenges you think you had? Just organizing this event.
I think the event itself, I don't know, it happened. It seemed to me to be a natural progression, and there were no real challenges. Like I said, the sponsorship just came, that the people came. Husky Truck Stop jumped on board, you can come and use their parking lot, which was a good job.
That was brilliant, because I can't imagine where you would have organized that many vehicles and that many people.
Yeah, and I suppose being a trucker, that was just automatic thought of using that location. Plus it was fairly central to the rally area. Yeah. But the biggest challenge to organise an event like this is to find the locations in the first place. And my daughter Rachel and I have spent 2 years plus going out most weekends, and I can honestly say we put at least 10,000 kilometres on the truck just looking for abandoned locations. So that's the biggest challenge, find them in the first place.
Okay. Now I know there were a lot of issues with people not following the rules, and I know you had specifically said photographs were to be done from the vehicles, from within the vehicles on the side of the road of these places. And I know unfortunately some trespassing issues had occurred, and I know your posts online, I could tell you were quite upset about that.
Well, I was, purely for the reason you said to begin with. It was in the rules. It was something I'd posted about very early on when I created the rally. You know, because it's not just about respecting people's privacy. I was thinking of people's safety. You know, you go onto these properties, you get broken floorboards. Some of these old farmhouses, they still have uncovered wells. I didn't want to lose anybody down a well, you know. But at the end of the day, it wasn't about going into these places. It's about finding the locations to begin with, taking the pictures, moving on to the next one. And
well, the pictures, I guess, were set up to be the proof that you found the place.
Yeah, exactly. There was no need to go inside, but I do understand the excitement, you know, especially with hindsight. I didn't realise people would get as into the event as they did. There were people running until gone midnight, you know.
And then all hours of the day they were running.
It really did amaze me, and knowing that, I can understand why people trespassed, and especially when they see tracks going in, they follow somebody else. And you know, I had some wonderful messages from people saying, you know what, Steve, I trespassed, please disqualify me. And Len, it really hurt, because there were people that put in so much effort, but you had to draw the line somewhere, you know. And it was clearly stated, and if they'd have read through the rules that were posted with the clues that morning, it was there again in black and white. But again, I guess everybody skipped to the clues and got on planning the route. But you know,
well, I think that a lot of people got caught up in the excitement.
They
of
did,
it too.
yeah.
And I've talked to quite a few of the participants, and including quite a few who were disqualified in the event, and they had such a good time, and they felt genuinely really bad.
Well, that's a shame. It's good to know they enjoyed it, though. But you know, it's a learning curve. It was the first time, and next year, worth mentioning. Actually, I won't be organising it next year, but Core Outfitters will be taking over organisation. I may. You know,
that's Nathan McDonald, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, Nathan from Core. Yeah, I'll probably throw him a few locations on the quiet to save him doing all the hunting, But yeah, he's going to be taking over the event, and I'm sure that it will be as popular, if not more popular, next year, and people will know. And
I
you
think
know,
a big learning curve. It's the first time that this is the first time this event has ever taken place. So that's going to be a big learning curve.
It was just a crazy idea last October, and yeah, what do you know? Eh?
Okay. So do you know are there any known changes for next year?
Yes, there is going to be a major change. It's going to be the Rally of Backroad Ontario. Now, that in itself just puts a whole different perspective on it. Yeah, there's still going to be abandoned stuff. There's going to be a lot more curious stuff, you know. There's some wild and wacky stuff around Ontario when you slow down and take a look. Plus, it also opens up the ability to do like a fall event or a summer event for people. You know, actually, speaking of fall events, one of the nice things would be a waterfall rally that I know Nathan, he'd already thought of that idea, so I'm pretty sure that's something that's going to be in the near future. And the crew that were involved this time are kind of staying on board as well, I know, so there's going to be lots of ideas coming in from them, so I can only assume that it is going to get much bigger and better in 2018.
Well, I know we had a great time running that event, and thank you very much for letting us tag
along. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Len. It was good to see you, even though you forgot to photograph the locations, buddy.
Yeah, we went to all of them.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Yeah. Nobody went to all of them. Nobody. Cheers, Len.
Cheers. Thank you very much, and for additional information, please have a look at the links that we'll provide below or above this video, and hopefully we see you again soon.
Yeah. Cheers. Bye.